So we're taking a second look here, or I'm myself taking a second look at this excerpt from Descartes' Meditations. What is this about? It's about doubt. I think it's about what can be doubted. And I think that one of the best things to do is just to look at the end of the excerpt, where he says, but there is a supremely powerful and cunning deceiver who deliberately deceives me all the time. Even then, if he is deceiving me, I undoubtedly exist. Let him deceive me all he can. He will never bring it about that I am nothing while I think I am something. So, after thoroughly thinking the matter through, I conclude that this proposition, I exist, must be true whenever I assert it or think it. For what it's worth, I think that's got to be the conclusion of the thing. This whole work, which is this brilliant and incredibly important episode in the history of Western philosophy, is about, I would say, three things. Doubt, what can be doubted, and that in the service of trying to find out something which cannot be doubted, therefore something certain, therefore something that Descartes knows that he knows. And then the location of that is the discovery of something which cannot be doubted, and therefore something that he knows and is certain about, and is a rock solid foundation supposedly for all the rest of his knowledge, and that is that he himself exists, and that he exists because he knows that he exists because he thinks that he exists. You could never bring it about that I am nothing while I think I am something. This is, in another work, this is put in the famous I think, therefore I am, which kind of clarifies things. But you can see the basis of that here. I cannot be nothing as long as I think I am something. And that's not in some kind of moral sense or standing up for yourself. It's nothing like that. It's rather that you can doubt everything, or almost. You can doubt everything. You can doubt that not only that any of your senses tell you anything that's accurate about the world, but you can doubt, as he says, that there's any world at all, down to its basic elements. Not just that you can doubt whether the planet Mars exists. You can doubt whether the kind of fundamental conceptual elements that go into our notion of planet, something with shape and extension, and mass, you can doubt that any of that exists too, that the whole fundamental nature of the physical world exists. But as it turns out, you can't doubt your own existence, because even if all those things are true, that there is no world, that there is no, that all the things that appear to you are mere appearances and don't actually tell you anything true about what actually exists, you can't doubt your own existence. Now, you can doubt your own existence as a physical being. You can doubt that, as he says, your hand is in front of your face. That can be doubted with some effort. But what can't be doubted is that you exist. And as he goes on to say, you exist as a thinking thing, that you can't be said to not exist as long as you think. Now, what kind of being this makes you, maybe something quite different from what you thought you were, but you can't doubt your own existence, because as long as you think you exist, that's evidence that you are something. So how do we look at this in terms of, the assignment, which is sort of continual problem, I understand, in this class, trying to fit this complex, sometimes ambiguous thinking into this simple assignment that I asked you to do this week? Well, we've got a kind of conclusion here. I know that I am something as long as I think I am something, as long as I'm thinking. Or I can never bring it about that I am nothing while I think I am something. We can characterize that as the kind of conclusion. And what is the argument that gets us there? Well, the argument goes through what can be doubted. Is the question being is very similar to Russell's question at the beginning of Appearance and Reality is, can everything that I think I know actually be doubted and rejected on that basis? And a lot of things that I pretty firmly thought I knew, according to Descartes, can be rejected. And there's reasons for that, right? Reasons for why those things can be rejected. But when we get to the end of it, there turns out to be something that I cannot doubt, that I cannot reject because it's doubtful, and that is my own existence.